Good morning, folks. I am a morning coffee person. My day starts with making a coffee and doing push ups on the floor. Today, my folks here are sleeping so much that they didn't even open the door. There are three-story house. I'm sleeping in the mezzanine, which is a half floor above the garage, and there is the first floor where everybody else is sleeping almost, and they locked the main door and I couldn't get in where my ground coffee and coffee machines and everything's there. And I'm just listening to a podcast called How Do We Define Ourself? Like, who am I? And this is a question not a 50-year-old will ask themselves. Maybe they have a midlife crisis, like what I have achieved and is this what I'm supposed to do, etc. But it's a very common question when there's a teenager, because sometimes in their in the background of their mind, their who am I gets defined by their parents or teachers, that you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a violinist, you're going to be great musician. But then you question that belief: is that who I'm going to be, like profession wise or my love wise? Or that's I don't think they think that far, that when I'm dying, how people are going to remember me. But they want to kind of define their work life and all that stuff. So who am I? I mean, am I the person who always drinks coffee? And what about if there is no coffee in the world? What am I going to do? So always think about who am I, with a bit of a reflection that, am I, suppose there is no coffee, so what am I going to do? I mean, even there is no tea, so should I just drink hot water even if I don't drink hot water? So the way we define ourselves is so important, because that drives us. So the identity based habits are way, way, way stronger than goal based habit. So if your identity is a fitness runner, I walk to places, etc., that's way better than, oh, I want to do a marathon. But unfortunately, majority will need a visible goal. Identity is too abstract. But think about it. Am I a learner, or I just want to become a doctor and pass this exam and then forget all about learning? Because as a doctor, as a medical professional, unless you widen your view, so you have to have a focus in your own specialty. Like, I'm a gastroenterologist and liver expert and tummy expert. But if I don't have this wider aperture, yeah, if it's only narrow aperture focusing on my job, the human body is not like that. The gastrointestinal tract from mouth to anus, and the liver and the pancreas, all the digestive glands and enzymes, they are intricately related to thyroid, to kidney, to heart, to blood vessels. So if you are just focusing on one thing, you need, unless you widen the aperture. So all of this is what you need to learn. Okay, and learning means breaking the mold and create new mold. So think about yourself. What are your daily habits? What do you do when you wake up? Some are unconscious, like you will drive to your work very safely, but you're not mindful. And if you are supposed to pick up something, sometime you'll say you forgot that, because your brain took you to your hospital, because that's where you go. So being mindful is not doing something habitually, which is important, but at the same time brain doesn't like to remember everything. Like how I walked to this kitchen, I don't want to remember, because brain doesn't want to remember, because brain wants to use least amount of energy. So today, no coffee, so I'm having some Darjeeling tea and then going for a run. But before I do that, I'll drop onto the floor and do 30 push-ups. Have a lovely day. Oh no, I came back just to show you how to pour the water. Now you can go.